112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, Long Island. It is perhaps the most infamous address in American folklore. For decades, books and blockbuster movies have told the story of a house possessing a family, driving them away in terror. But before the alleged ghosts, before the media circus, there was a very real, very human tragedy. The true horror of Amityville isn't about demons living in the walls. It's about what happened in 6 separate beds in the dead of night on November 13, 1974. To the outside world, the DeFeos were living the American dream. Ronald DeFeo Sr. was a successful businessman, his wife Louise a devoted mother, and they had 5 children living in their large, waterfront dream home. But inside those walls, the dynamic was volatile. The central source of tension was the eldest son, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr., known as Butch. He was troubled, known for a volatile temper and a strained relationship with his demanding father, but no one in the quiet town of Amityville suspected that this internal tension would explode into a methodical annihilation of the entire family unit. The timeline of the crime is chilling in its efficiency. Investigators believe that around 3:15 in the morning, Ronald Jr. retrieved a .35 caliber lever-action rifle.
He began on the 2nd floor, entering the master bedroom. He fired 2 fatal shots at his father and 2 at his mother.
He then moved across the hall to the bedroom shared by his 2 young brothers, Mark and John, ending their lives while they slept.
Finally, he moved to the 3rd floor, where his 2 sisters, Dawn and Allison, were in their beds. 6 shots. 6 victims. The entire event likely took less than 15 minutes.
When police arrived the next evening, led by a frantic Ronald Jr. claiming his family had been attacked, they found a crime scene that defied logic. It is these anomalies that still haunt investigators today. First, the acoustics. A high-powered rifle is incredibly loud, and it was not fitted with a silencer. Yet, in a dense suburban neighborhood, not a single neighbor reported hearing gunshots. Furthermore, inside the house, despite the deafening noise of the first shots, none of the other victims seemed to wake up. There were no signs of struggle. Toxicology reports showed no sedatives in their systems. Why did they all just wait? Ronnie's story quickly fell apart. He initially blamed a mob hit, but under interrogation, he confessed to being the sole perpetrator. But the why shifted constantly. At trial, his defense team pivoted to an insanity plea, claiming Ronnie heard demonic voices commanding him to kill, a narrative that laid the groundwork for the ghost stories that followed. The prosecution, however, painted a picture of a cold, calculated killer motivated by greed and hatred for his father. The jury agreed. In 1975, Ronald DeFeo Jr. was convicted on 6 counts of second-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years to life. Ronnie DeFeo died in prison in 2021, taking the full truth to his grave. Just a year after the murders, the Lutz family moved in, and their claims of paranormal activity turned the DeFeo tragedy into a global entertainment franchise. But when you strip away the Hollywood embellishments, you are left with something far more terrifying than ghosts. We want to believe in monsters under the bed, because the reality that a son and brother could methodically erase his own family in the silence of the night is too dark to comprehend. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.